So inside of our div, no, not inside of our div, I'm sorry, we actually have to set up the logic. So we'll say, let's set up instead of a ternary, we'll just say if to make it more simple to understand. We'll say if the state is expanded, we want to, what do we want? We want we want to basically show a little button that says open this box or something, right? So we'll say, let's just say show info, I think is what we had before, and let's give this a class name of button info, and we want an event to be toggled here. So we're going to say onClick equals this dot open, and that should work. So let's go see if we have any errors. So we've got the button and nothing happens, but at least the button is there. So what we can do also is just to take care of some house cleaning, is to make sure this doesn't change context. So we'll say this dot open equals this dot opened bind this, and we can do the same for close. Let's see if we've broken anything. Everything looks fine. Okay, obviously when you click it, nothing happens because we haven't set up the opposite of this right here, of this if statement. So this is basically saying trigger the open event. So this dot open is going to trigger this event right here. And let me close this here because I feel like this is taking up space. So if it's not expanded, we're going to open it, and then we can set up an else statement as well that basically does the opposite. So instead of opening, we want this one to return like the full info or whatever it is that we want. So say div, and in here let's return the whatever we want. So we'll say p, and inside of here we can actually give this another event, and we're going to use the close one. So we'll say this dot close, and here we'll say hide info. And if it's not hidden, if it's showing, we want to show whatever it is that we want, okay, whatever properties from that object. So let's make an unordered list, ul, and list item, and let's also make that an h2, whoops, list item, and h2, and in here we'll show gender. And remember, we can use stuff from info, which comes from the props of the parent component. So remember, information is being passed from the app component to this component, and now this component is passing it to its child. So you can see here how we're sort of passing state down. We're passing information down. Now, if you didn't know what Redux does, this is an example of how Redux can really help you when your apps, the state in your app, the data starts getting really complicated. Okay, you would need Redux if you have to keep passing this information down and down and down. At one point, you're kind of going to lose track, right? So you can use Redux or Flux or even MobX for something like that, but our app is simple enough where we don't really need that. So let's just go ahead and put info.gender here, and we'll do the same for birth dates, and birth year is the name of the property, I believe. Let's check it out. Let's see. Object, birth year. Yeah, that's right. And there's errors on our new app because we're obviously not done. So let's also put, excuse me, it's hiccuping, hair color, and say hair color, and that should be good. Let's see what errors we get. I can already see this is going to give us a problem here. We have too many return statements, so save that, and let's see. Info.gender, we didn't close the h2. Okay, so what else? Corresponding JSX, that's pretty simple to fix. And both of these I messed up. All of them, actually. h2, h2, h2. So everything looks good. Awesome. So we got the name of our character, and we got the show info button, and let's see, moment of truth. Boom. Cool. it returns the info that we want, and it's got a hide info, and when we click hide info, it closes it back up. So hopefully you guys can see that and sort of understand how that works. Let's also change the styles a little bit just so it's prettier, and then I think we'll call it a day. So we'll say class name equals user details, and this one, let's give this button a class. So we'll say class name equals button danger. It's because I like red, and there we go, done. Whoops, did you mean class name? I used the wrong property. Button danger class name. Typed that wrong. Okay, all good. See? And there we go, guys. That's basically our entire app. And of course it's a very simple app, but I think it's a pretty cool little exercise so you can practice requesting data from real APIs. Let's go ahead and wrap this up in the next video, and we'll talk about it a bit.